tuned to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean. Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on the Powerhouse radio station are those of the host, guests, and callers, are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other hosts or advertisers. The show, found on the Powerhouse radio station, can promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or conditions. Opinions stated by various contributors to the Powerhouse Radio and its programming are not to be considered as endorsed by the Powerhouse Radio station. Visitors are urged to use their own discernment to draw their own conclusion. We emphasize the importance of keeping an open mind.
It's not an easy road. Many see the glamour and the glitter, so them think a better rose. Me say, who feels it knows. God, may I tell you, Queen, what is up, my sister? How are you doing?
Man, girl, let me tell you, girlfriend, it's like the days are passing me by.
It's all right.
Lady, it's like the days are passing me by. It's just going, moving so fast. Woo! I'm losing track.
It's all right. It's all right. It's not an easy road. Many see the glamour and the glitter, so them think a better rose. Me say, who feels it knows.
Who feels it knows. Ooh, yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, Buju
Oh, the
Bantan.
Respecta not joining. Oh, you're not sing the Respecta.
Respecta, just a lagard. What's up to the Respecta? The Respecta, we can't hear you. The Respecta, sort out your volume, my brother. Man, we're gonna definitely have to touch Buju. And greetings, Donna. Blessings up to you, blessings to you, my sister.
Greetings, Donna.
Yes, man. I can't stop. It's not an easy road.
Man.
Donna says, who feels it knows it. I'm telling you. Let me tell you. The Respecta, you clear up your thing. The Respecta. Go ahead, talk and let me hear you. Listen, you have to go call in, because I don't know what's going on with you and your bogus phone. Them bogus. Yeah, now you sound a little bit clearer. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, everything is good.
Yeah, it's not sounding too hot, but we work with it until we can't work with it, right? So you hear my song? Who feels it knows. Woo, 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 woo. God help me sustain these blows. I cry. Listen, I need to cut a song. I need to cut an album. I need to make an album.
You can
Everybody has sing, so why we can't sing too? Why I can't sing too? You know what I mean? It's not an easy road. And listen, where we gonna start? We have some hot topics, always hot topics. Touching this one was submitted. We have a topic here that was submitted by Permet out of Florida, and she sent this to me, a reel to me, and I sent it to you all, where a young lady was saying that that women are not taught to be wives. So we definitely we're going to touch that briefly. We also have in your topics, in our reasoning topics, we also have the police and what they're doing to the Jamaican citizens there. and mashing up their goods and all of these things. So we definitely want to touch that as well. We also want to touch, we have here fake curry seized in Mandeville in Jamaica. So we want to talk about that, a little bit about that. How much pounds of fake curry, $3 million worth of fake curry to be exact, that was seized in Mandeville. And yeah, we have Buju Banton on your list. People, Buju Banton is in America. It's not an easy road. Many see the glamour and the glitter, so them think a better rose. Listen, I've gotten so many calls, and then I went and posted, and a brethren of ours, Father Wayne, that calls and says, Lady D, how? I said, what you mean? Money talk, BS walk, and it's just the law for folks who don't know the law. We're gonna go over it a little bit. Big up yourself, Tat Tat. Let's gripe. She says, good evening, everyone. Massive big ups to you, Dan Minot. He said, good evening, everyone. So big ups
Good
to
evening,
each
Don.
and everyone that's listening, because I got an email as well, said that Lady D ain't bigging up the ones on the radio line. I'm bigging up everyone. When I say big ups, I'm bigging up everyone. So if you're listening via the telephone lines at 667-930-9036, I'm sending massive shouts go out to you. I'm sending massive shouts to those who are listening via our website at www.dapowerhouseradio.com. That's dapowerhouseradio.com. Massive shout to you, the ones that are listening through our tuning apps, Zeno apps, and all the apps, and listening via the Victorious 89.1 FM. Want to send massive shouts to you as well. So those are some of the reasoning topics that we're going to touch. And I think Queen had one or two, and also the Respecta had one or two in there too. So you want to drop what you all want to reason on, Queen?
Well, there is so much to reason on, sis. Why don't we just hit it as we go ahead, and I'll do them as more like a throw in.
Okay. All right. Cool. The Respecta, what you have on your agenda? Because we didn't have a team meeting today. So what's on your agenda? The Respecta, I have two line over here, and none of them is working.
None of them working.
No, man, you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Yeah, you can hear me.
Okay, that's the one. All right. So I guess I could kick you off of this one then and leave you on the other one. Talk again. Let me hear you.
Yeah, man, what's going on in Jamaica?
Yes. Now we heard you. So you want to
Country,
go ahead.
yeah, country we love, man. And I understand why government is so soft in Jamaica. Every day, it's not once a while. Every day, something poisonous, something fake, I come to Jamaica. And nobody now get prosecuted, lock up, and key throw away. I want to the government really and truly, man. Fake curry, plastic fish, plastic rice, all these vegetables. What really are going with the country, the government?
Well, we need Barbados prime minister in Jamaica. That's what we need. Because I'm telling you, she put down a powerful speech on Haiti. Anyway, lady, we'll get into it. But I'm telling you, this woman is awesome.
Yeah.
This is the kind of leaders we need in Jamaica.
In the world.
Show up and don't play and don't cater to anybody. I mean anybody she not cater to.
Yes.
She said what's on her mind. Hey, me love that woman. I've been really tuning into her.
Yes, she's a fantabulous prime minister. Don,
She
I'm not
is.
sure. Don Minus, I checked my but I don't see anything coming straight from you. So please resend what you were sending to me. All right, because I don't have it. I checked, but I don't have it. And I'm going back to see what is there, but I'm not seeing anything underneath you. Donna says it's all over the world. All
Mm.
right, and Donna also says I've never seen anything like this in my entire life. Yeah, all of the
Oh.
fake stuff, fake
Mm-hmm.
food,
All of that.
fake everything that's
But
going on. Yeah,
I'm gonna say this, man. It don't matter what country it is, if the government is not protecting the citizens, the if the government is not doing what they're supposed to be doing for the residents,
hmm,
the residents need to take up the power in their hands, the legs, and try to and overthrow, if we get overthrow. You can't have
Well,
people
you know,
coming. You can't have people come into your country and set up shop indoors and push you outdoors. And when them hire you, them stay on some high stool and look down upon you. And you can go for them country, go do anything that you wanna do.
yeah,
And
well,
Jamaica continue to be this way.
that's what the
Jam-
Prime Minister of Barbados was saying. She had a she did a speech on Haiti and Cuba,
hmm,
and it has sent shockwave all over because she was very bold and she spoke the truth. Because, like she was saying, Haiti have done so much for all the countries. They have done a whole lot. They have sent their troops, they have sent their people to different countries to work. They did a whole lot of it. They even was raped of their natural resources and what have you. Um, and all of these big countries, they were able to go in there and get whatever they want to get. So, like she is saying, you cannot forget Haiti. You can't forget Haiti, and all the countries
April
need to come
28th.
together, and they need to find a solution to save Haiti because they're deserving of being saved. You know, and those were the things she was pointing out, and she called out all of them big, including America. She called out their name. You know, she was calling out names and
Yeah,
calling out what these folks have, what Haiti have done for these different countries. And I thought that was a good thing on her part. And like I said, you know, she faced the the um the Lord of Mercy. It was a group of prime
I,
ministers from all over. You know, it's one of them conference that the World Conference that they usually have of the leaders, and
yes,
that happened last week. And like I said, you know, I think I sent the clip to you guys, but she was just so outspoken, you know, on what she was saying that I thought it was important to mention it. And hopefully these leaders will listen to what she was saying, and whoever she was referring to do something about AT.
yeah. It's I'm a little distracted. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's she's a powerful woman. When I listen to a lot of her speeches,
Hmm.
she's a no nonsense powerful woman. So
That's it.
I'm
That's the
telling you,
word.
she's
No
just, yeah,
nonsense.
she's
Yes.
just direct in what
Hmm.
she says. She doesn't mix her words, and she's
Hmm.
not afraid. Sometimes I wonder if I'm afraid for her.
Yes.
Even I watched a speech last month, I think it was, that she
Hmm.
made to the UN, and
Hmm.
she gave it to them, and I was like, oh woman, I
Yes.
have to pray for you. I have
Yes.
to
I
pray that,
saw that speech. Yes.
yes,
Hmm.
Jack, cover her, because
Yeah,
it's,
she's standing up, you know, and she's coming out. She's been, you know, you're hearing of her more now because,
yeah,
like you said, you know, she is aggressive and she doesn't care whose toes she step on. From she's speaking the truth, you know, and what she said about 80, it is true because 80. not just America, but many of these countries, they always used to aid these countries in their fights, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and I can't understand why they would be shunning them, you know, unless they have an agenda that we the public don't know about, you know. And it's important for us as black people to rally together. I remember when Mandela was locked up, we rallied to bring him out, and I think this is something that we really need. Black folks need to really get involved in and start rallying for these countries to look at Haiti and see what is going on and do something about it.
Yeah, just like they're rallying for the Israelis
Israel, yes,
and protesting at the schools because right
Palestine,
now
yeah,
it's getting
Palestine, yeah, the
Palestine because right now it's
Palestine,
getting
yeah.
very serious where a lot of young people are being
Hmm.
suspended from school and things such
Yes,
as you
yeah.
know yeah, so it's something.
Even up right there on Rockbridge, I saw it, not Rockbridge, South Harrison. I saw yesterday. I said, "Oh, these people are bold in America. They have some big signs on this house. There's this house when you're heading towards Memorial Drive on the right hand side. It's right after Rockbridge. You pass there and going up. They have these big signs out on the by the house on the house too, that's stating about freeing Palestine and all of that. And I mean, you know, it's like the whole yard is decorated with those rhetoric and what have you. And I'm saying, my goodness, they doing this so freely,
Yeah.
you know. So maybe, you know, we need to do something like even that, you know, just let our voices be heard, you know.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, it takes the Caribbean. I feel that possibly it might take the Caribbean diaspora to come together and really like sound an alarm on what
Hmm.
is going on. Don, I saw I don't know how I overlooked that, but I found what you put into the email. I apologize for overlooking that, and I'm finding the story itself myself right now, and then we can touch it because it also has to do with school. Don sent me an email, and I think I'm gonna have to go back over some of these emails that I think because I'm seeing two other topics that I did miss. But one of the topic is questions linger over handling of schoolgirl kissing clip. So I'm gonna look into it a little bit more. But yeah, with the Israeli thing and what you're saying, Queen, you're dead on. There
Hmm.
has to be some type of protest, and
Protest something.
I'm wondering what's going on with even the Haitian community, why they're not
Yes.
standing up and saying anything. Donna says the governments are overthrown. It's an invasion, you know, and why they're not saying anything, you know. Um,
Well, he has been trying. As a matter of fact, he even resigned so that someone else can come in because they said they didn't want him there. The activists, and not just the activists, but those militant guys. They said they didn't want him, you know, as the president. So he went over to England to get help, you know, and East England or no, not England. Oh God, one of them African countries he went to get help, you know. And he decided, okay, then if my resigning would solve the situation, then I will. Which he did, you know. He resigned, so he is thinking of his country. And right now, he's still trying to get help for Haiti. He's going to different countries trying to get help, even though he's not now the acting prime minister. He's not the prime minister anymore, but he's still trying to get help for his country. From the little clips and things that I've been reading and seeing of him, you know, he's still active in trying to get help. So I'm not going to say he didn't, you know, he's not doing anything. You know, he's doing a lot, I think. But I mean, when the militant take over, they take over. Listen here now, they have most of the country under control. So you know, it has to. Somebody has to come from the bigger countries to solve this. Those folks cannot solve what is going on in Haiti right now. They don't have the resources. They don't have the money. They don't have the manpower to solve the situation right now. And the most they can do is look to the UN or look to the outside countries for help.
Yeah, yeah. And but then we don't even know what to say because you have persons that when Jamaica is saying they're going to send troops over there to help, and Ghana and certain other areas, I think Kenya, certain other areas were going to send troops over there. They are being hollered at as, why are you going to send the troops over there to be killed? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. But the
I
big
think we
countries
Yes.
need to
bigger
step in.
countries such as
America
America, and that's
mm,
where it's not. I don't think it's something that's really that the Caribbean can address. Is something that
can
all
right.
black people need to come together. Melanated skin people need to come together and protest and say this is a black
Yes.
country, and
Yeah.
Lady,
we need. Go ahead, the respecter.
I'm listening to Young Queen,
Uh huh.
Mm-mm.
and I just want y'all to remember the hundreds of years of black people doing just talking and talking and talking and marching and marching.
Yeah.
And white folks are gathering and planning and planning and planning. When is the talking gonna turn into planning? I mean, I don't think it's a hard thing for us to recognize at some point, at this point, that the way God made this world and laid this world out, the West Indies, the West Indies, were supposed to be one, being there for each other, having each other's back. Africa, countries in Africa, the seven continents, North and South and Europe and all of that, everybody's supposed to be a group. So when Haiti's going through, the West Indian countries
We're all supposed to be
were
going through.
supposed to join
Mhm.
and defend Haiti, defend Jamaica, whichever one need defending. I don't think it's that hard and difficult if black folks who are in power were planning and saying enough is enough. White man, your ass. This has been going on for too long. And you purposely invading our countries and stealing our valuables and still treating us like slaves, animals.
Mhm.
They're not doing that. And we, the people, all we are doing is reasoning, talking, and marching, and none of that is benefiting us. Because you think about it, go as far back as past Martin Luther King days. Look at 27 years Mandela in a prison. For what? Defending his people, and no white person paid for it. Black Wall Street got bombed, and nobody got paid for it. We need to stop the talking and the marching and come together. It's not really us, but those are in power who are called government. The rich black people, they're the one that's supposed to be talking the way we're talking, trying to bring peace and open up understanding eyes. The black people is concerned and say, come together throughout the world and say, enough, enough, white people, enough, China, because we're getting destroyed by the food that they fake food they bring into our country to kill us all slowly. And government of black countries know this. Every black country should know this by now. Black government should know this by now. That they are allowing these things, these products to come into our country. And the plan why they're coming into our country is to slowly kill out black people.
Kill and destroy. Yeah. Hmm.
And the smoke that they are allowed to come into the country. that is poisoning the young brain, that the young brain don't get to where it needs to get. And the weapons
You know,
and all the alcohol that is not healthy, that is poison and killing people liver and all that quickly than the regular alcohol that we have fun drinking every now and then. The intention of doing these things to crush black people. Why America, who said they're the greatest country in the world? Why black people who are in power throughout this world afraid to get into the president's face and say, enough. All these nice sweet talk that you're doing on television and this and that and say that work together, come together, benefit everybody. Nothing like that is really going on. Black people are suffering. Look how easily you are sending billions to Ukraine, Israel, and other places, and Haiti is right there. They're the shit. They're the shithole country, as Trump said, the shithole country. So forget them. All that's going on in Haiti right now is a design. It's planned. Believe it.
Yeah.
It's planned by
yeah.
several countries because they want all the mineral, all the value of Haiti for themselves. They cause this nonsense, and while all this is going on and on the east, they're over on the west, the north, and the south, sucking out everything. Ships and ships are being loaded up with everything that's valuable in Haiti, going to other countries. They have no heart.
Yeah. It's a
You
serious
know, I
thing.
rode today with a young man, and I was just so surprised to hear a young person say this. He said he is so disappointed in the young kids today. He said, you know, man, it's not getting any better. Everything seems to be getting worse. You know, he said they're not learning. And, you know, I'm talking to him and I said, you know, we was talking about the generations. The ones in the grandparents age group that was out there fighting for equal rights and speaking their minds and what have you. And he said, really and truly, you know, ma'am, it's true. That's why my grandmother, I used to hang with my grandmother, and my grandmother taught me a whole lot. He said, my parents did not, they still can't get it together. That's what he said to me. He said, my parents still can't get it together. My grandmother was the one that was able to teach me the things that I know now. And he said, yes, like you said, there are some who are different. They are, you know, because I was telling him there's a lot of them that are doing good out there. A lot of these young folks doing good out there, excuse me, good out there. And I applaud them, you know. So he was saying, yeah, there are exceptions, but it's few, you know. And I said, look at that. You know, at his age, you look like he was in his late 20s, early 30s. And I'm saying to myself, it's like these kids, it's like some of them giving up, you know? What do we do? I mean, we have to start standing up, you know, like we used to years ago. You know what I mean? And letting these people know that, listen here now, it's time, like the respecters say, it's time for this to end. Come on, you know? I, I don't know, but with Putin coming out with that thing, it is like it seems like they hating us more now. I don't know, but
Well,
we all need to come together, young, old, and in between. We all need to come together and start working for one cause and help these people in Haiti because they are deserving. They're human beings and they are our brothers and sisters. And that's what I have.
need help. They definitely need help. And I've heard persons says, well, it's people that's in their own, it's Haitians against Haitians. You
They
know,
didn't start it though.
I'm sorry.
They didn't brought it on themselves. It's bigger than them.
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying I've
I
heard
know.
persons right that said that it's something that's
Red Drake.
internal
Mm,
and they need to address it, and they're talking that they want to address it, and in the midst of them talking that they want to address it, they want to address it amongst Haitians, and they don't want outside individuals to come in, but level heads need to see that someone needs to go in and
But yeah,
assist the situation, because it's definitely not getting any better. Donna says it's a war of the people. And she also said, like Bob and AH, yeah,
so
explain.
lady,
Uh-huh.
there's a strong possibility that France still have a hatred for Haiti, and all that's going on could be
France.
Do you think it's a strong possibility?
it's a
Or,
strong possibility
or is it just
because they're still bitter for what Haiti did to them.
Mhm.
Um,
But but
I
but, but
strong
France. Well, France is part of the let me see. I don't know because I'm saying France is big, but it's not that big for them
you
to
know
initiating all of these chaos. I think it's a group effort. Whatever is the they want, it's a group effort. It's not just France. It's bigger than France. I think
Yeah.
France is
bigger than
Haiti.
that. Yeah.
France is I mean Haiti is France most
Yeah,
hated
but look
country.
here now. All these other countries, you have England, you have the US, you have we're not even gonna say China. You have Russia not even gonna be
Queen, all I'm saying,
but
out of
you
all
have
those
America, you have England. These are big countries. And you have the NATO. The NATO
Queen,
is part of these two big countries. Now, if they're the ones that can do something about this. So if they're not getting involved, there is something going on.
do you know the story, Queen?
Human lives. We're
Queen,
talking
do you
about
know this?
children's lives. Their children
Queen,
dying. I was
Queen, he's
watching this
asking
clip.
Queen. He's
Yes,
asking you a question.
yes, yes.
Yeah, you're on fire tonight.
It's so this is just so dead. It's rough.
Nah,
You know what?
listen,
And think
a
about it. I'm
little
sorry. What do you say?
a little country like Haiti
Mm-hmm.
almost completely destroy France.
Mm-hmm.
No other country left feeling that bad. France is the one that almost got totally destroyed by Haiti soldiers. So that's why I'm saying that maybe they still have a bitterness for Haiti and they're slowly doing things to affect Haiti. No, it's not just them, it's several, it's many, including this country here. Because we all know the stories that when the Haitians try to come across the water to America, they get sent back, and the Cubans allowed to come in, and the Haitian gets thrown back. So we all know the story. So
So
it's
you
not
think
just
it might be
France.
a
I'm just saying that France may still have a hatred.
I could. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I
Donna
think
says Star
it's
Wars.
a couple of big countries put together and doing this craziness because they want the natural resources. They don't reap some of it, but there's still some left there, so they want the rest of it. Mm. And they want to control the government. So they want all of this chaos to go on, and when the fighting done, they go in just like they do down there at Kirkwood. They make them destroy, like the black people, and destroy each other and burn the house, them and what. Then them just come in and buy up the rest of them for 14,000, from 3,000 to $14,000, and now them I sell them for 800,000. You like them? I saw them do it
Black
anyway.
people atrocities.
I get emotional sometimes when I talk
All
about
right. All
this
right. Well,
injustice to black people, you know.
it's when I would say, well, one day black people will need to wake up and stand up, you know, um, and fight,
We have to
However,
learn we are not the
so
minorities. They have us
yeah.
thinking we are the minorities, and we really are not.
Well, I think that a lot of us already know we're not the minority because now they're saying that the Mexicans are the minority. Um, so the bottom line is, as we stated before, black people have to come together and stand up and speak up. Speak up. Big ups yourself, DJ Smiles, crank it. Donna says NASA
Mm.
had full coverage of 9/11. Conrad says Buju Banton is in Miami. He returns after 15 years. I know DJ Smiles. I posted about an hour and a half ago, 2 hours or something like that ago. And yeah, the program started out about Buju. It's not an easy road. Donna says, okay, she repeated with NASA has full coverage over 9/11. Is Why is that? Okay. So
Mhm.
not sure why is that, but yeah, we have a lot of things that
Yeah.
as black people need to stand up and
Well,
come together for and fight for, you know. And it's I think it's black people all around the world, not just Haiti. But a
Mm,
lot of things has been happening in all the black countries that
mm,
is not good, so it's whenever we start to wake up, and I don't know where the leader's coming from.
well, well,
I don't know if you the respecter want to pick up that mantle and become that leader
well,
and
mm.
and
well,
rally and get black people to come together and see all of what's going on. Black people in Jamaica, really, Jamaicans need to stand up, Haitians need to stand up, Africans need to stand up.
but
I need
like you're saying, you're not saying nothing wrong, right? But the
Yeah.
bottom line is really and truly, it's kind of unfair to us regular people when we talk and say we need to come together, we need to do this and do that. It's not really us that needs to come together. It's the successful black people in entertainment and sports and government and
Oh, well,
business.
when we see
Uh,
when we say we need to come together, we're including everyone who is melanated
Everybody.
skin.
Yeah.
no,
It's
no, no,
not just
but
we can't just automatically
no,
say, oh,
no,
superstars,
no,
and
no, no,
because
no.
you're a
It's a,
star,
it's
you
a,
have status
it's a,
that
it's a
you
difference.
have to lead the man for
No, no,
says
it's a difference.
one moment. Donna says people need to stand together because Jah made the earth for humans. And that is exactly right. And it's all people. It's yes, you have entertainers and people of with quote status that need to be on the forefront. And but you know, we all need to come together and somebody needs to start, you know. And a lot of them, they're looking at it also as they have a lot to lose. They have a lot to lose as well, and that's what the issue is.
They're not.
Wait a minute.
They,
That's one of the issue. Everyone is so focused on what they have to lose that they are not coming together. I wasn't paying attention on the line, but they have so much to lose that paying they're not coming forth and standing, for something. And there's an example of that, the respecter. You have there's definitely an example of you have Kirkpatrick. He stood up and he basically he lost his career, he lost a lot of things, and then still not everyone stood up with him because instead of boycotting Super Bowl and instead of boycotting this and boycotting that, they did not they did not come together and
In
support
support. Yeah, they don't support each other. Yeah.
this black man. Alrighty, bless up to you, DJ Charger came on Buju in America. Yes, yes, everyone wants us to talk about Buju in America. I did post it on my page and I posted on the Powerhouse page about 2 hours or so ago. Yes, it's a big thing, and I've had persons calling me all day as to how Lady D, why Lady D, how could Buju come back? Well, for
Yeah.
those who don't, I'm just gonna address this real quick, you all, and then we if you all wanted to elaborate on it as we move on to another topic away from Haiti. Don has an important topic as well that he sent over, and is regarding two children. So big up Don Minot, the entire Connecticut crew. He has about two young girls who were caught kissing in a school, and they were suspended from the school. We're going to touch that a little bit, because since Queen and the Respecter didn't get that memo from me, they're not going to really know what the topic is all about. So we may have to even address that down mine next week. But I'm going to try to get a little bit in there. But yeah, Buju is in Miami. Everyone is asking, how can Buju be in Miami? What's going on? How this? And as I stated to one of them, money talk, BS walk. But it's not just that. A lot of people don't understand immigration laws and laws. All right. Some of the laws, well, not some. You have deportees. When people get deported, they are given a slip. All right. You get a slip when you are deported. And on that slip, if they are reading the slip properly, on that slip, it will state how long you cannot come back to the United States of America for. Not because you're deported means that you cannot come back to America. It doesn't mean that you are not just doomed because you were deported. There's a process to everything. There's a process. And yes, I know it firsthand. There's a process to everything. When you get deported, you are given a slip. You're given a packet with paperwork. Who do not read that paperwork don't understand, because they're some of them is ignorant to it and get vexed because them get paper and throw it away. Because yes, I know persons who have thrown them paper when I said, well, when I say to them, when they call and say, Lady D, how I need help to come back, I'm like, what? How long did your paper state that you cannot come back? Some persons get a lifetime ban that they cannot come back to the States. A lifetime ban. You have some get 20 years. You have some persons get 15, some get 10, some get 5 years, some get even 2 years. You need to, persons that have individuals in immigration right now and is about to be deported, you all need to let your family members or friends or whatever know that when they get deported, they're given this paperwork, and on it gives them the time that they cannot come to America. Within that time frame that they are given, that they cannot come to America. No, I'm not an immigration attorney. I'm just telling you from what I know. In that time that they've given you that you cannot come to America, you cannot get yourself into trouble. If you get yourself into any trouble in whatever country that you have been deported back to, then it's harder, just about almost null and void, for you to be able to re-enter the United States. Okay? So when you do that, just look at the paper. Buju may have gotten 5 years that he could not enter back the country. He has good attorney. He has a lot of prominent people in his corner that write letters, because letters and people vouching for you, and all of these things counts. Okay, I'm seeing someone saying that all I'm saying all I'm saying, Buju went away on a big time felony charge. Yes, he went away on a big time felony charge, but along with that felony charge, you have a time frame on the slip that they have given you. So Maybe Buju time was maybe Buju time was 5 years. After that 5 years, money talk. He has people that can back him. I see them bigging up Better Futile, or what's his name? I can never say his name properly. They're bigging up a lot of persons who was instrumental in him getting back his paperwork. All right. Donna says Bujo was framed, so technically he wasn't deported. Donna also says, tell Bujo come to Brooklyn and come see me. New Lads family, big up yourself. Don Minot says US. If a person has been deported from the US, there is a ban on re-entry for several years. In order to enter prior to the expiration of the ban, the person must be granted permission to renter. To start the process, the person needs to file the I-212 form February, and this is coming from immigration's February 29, 2024. And that exactly is correct, Don. That is what I'm stating to the listeners. It is, you have family members that are over there for 20, 30 years that may could have had came back years ago. But some of them, which I know lots of them, when they call and say, Lady D, you can't rotate it, I would say, listen, what did your paper say? How long did they say that you cannot re-enter the country? Okay. If your paper tells you how long that you have not to re-enter the country, rather it's on a private jet, DJ Charger, are not on a private jet, he's able to enter the country because he stayed out of trouble for the time frame that they gave him. He also had persons in high places that can vouch for him. So he had all the cards in his deck that he was going to get back his papers. You understand? So if you have family members, once again, whom are in immigration, tell them don't get ignorant and dash away, throw away the paper because they're angry because they're back in Jamaica. Read your paperwork. Read those paperwork and know what is it saying. The real SWAT boss says Empress citizens have lost their rights after being convicted on a felony. Yes, yes, but the law states, DJ Sargent said all the cards in his deck. Exactly. The law states no matter what your felony is and when you get deported. Once again, the real SWAT boss. No matter what your crime is, once you get deported, you are given paperwork. And on that paperwork, it specifies how long you cannot re-enter the country. But understand this, you have to stay out of trouble in whatever country that you have been deported in. You can have someone refile for you. You can have your parents to refile. You can have your children to refile in that time frame. You can marry someone and they can refile. DJ Charges says read your paper and follow the procedures. Exactly. Don't throw away your paperwork. Read what your paperwork. If you, once again, listeners, if you have family members in immigration or already have been deported, ask them, did they ever read their paperwork? They're not because they've been deported mean that they're stuck there for the rest of their life. You have a time frame. Now, if you go back to Jamaica and you commit a crime, get yourself into trouble, get associated with the wrong people, then all of those things can be used against you. So go
All
tell.
right, so lady,
Yes.
lady, the thing is, how can you find this out? Okay, for example, say you didn't, get into any trouble while you was in that country or what have you, but at the same time you might have discarded your paper and you don't know or remember the time frame. How can you find that information out? How can you get that information? Is there any place that you can access that information from in
Not on the
Jamaica or
internet.
whichever country?
At to my knowledge, right now, not on the internet where you can access, but your previous attorney, whomever that attorney was who represented you, that attorney should be privy to those information and can advise you on how many years you had gotten to not enter back the country. If you enter the country before that time frame,
Hmm.
okay, then you're in big trouble again. You're in big trouble again. DJ Smile says deportation is by years, then you file to come back. Exactly, DJ Smiles. Donna says freedom of information law. That's so Donna is saying you can get that information through freedom of information law. You should be able to pick up that
Okay.
information. And the
Okay.
real SWAT boss is saying this and moving on. Okay, saying this and moving on. So that is it.
Lady,
Yes, go ahead, the respecter.
I think a lot of people are looking at this differently. It's not so much John got deported for selling weed or whatever. Buju Banton is a different person.
Yeah.
Buju Banton was being targeted for a period of time by a group of people. Now, 90% of people believe that he was set up, and he did put himself in that position to be set up, knowing what was against him. So I think most people just saying, yeah, it's great for him. I'm happy for him that he's able to come to America again. But I'm also fearful for him because I'm believing that a certain group of people still going to try to get close to him to cause some kind of contention and something going on to get him back out of here or back in the jail or prison or even worse. Because when a group of people hate you, they don't just hate you for a moment. They hate you all the way till you're not here no more. I'm hoping that he does have a special blessing and favor from the Almighty, that no matter what may come his way, that he will survive and that he will do what he wants to do, which will be to entertain the world and make a living for him and his family. But I do believe a lot of people are fearful that he's taking a chance to come back to a place that put him in prison. It's a
Um,
I,
possibility.
I
a
totally,
video
I
was
totally
floating around. I saw a video was floating around where he was standing over his son, and they said Buju viewing his son. Was that is his son still here in America, or was he sent to his body sent to Jamaica?
don't know. Don't know. Um, not not sure of that. The real SWAT boss says the feds don't play. From Buju go home, I think him suspect.
Mm.
I I understand where you're coming from with that. I hear where you're coming from with that. Um, no,
People are evil, Lady D.
yes, and I guess you're kind of reiterating what the real SWAT boss is saying. I guess you're kind of reiterating what he's saying as far as set up things can maybe even maybe he's an informer in the group. I don't know. Maybe it's a charade. Of that they're. I don't know. I don't know. I just can speak on what I know as to be the law. And
Is America, remember now, we need to really think about this. Is America, remember what they tried to do to Jamaica and the Prime Minister put his foot down. The gay community, the flag, and all this type of stuff that was going on. Remember, Buju Banton said what he had to say. So he needs to be very careful. This could easily be a setup. It could
But I think
easily
he
be a
came for
plan.
his son's funeral. Isn't that what he came for?
Queen,
To see his son
we don't
and
know
for
what
the
he came
funeral?
for. We don't know what he came for because it was never specified. DJ
Yeah,
Khaled just put out the video and showed him sitting next to Buju in Miami. And
Yeah.
he put it out there, and
Yeah.
they were bigging up a lot of different persons in regards to Buju Banton, and Buju bigged them up to Gramps, the whole 9 yards. He bigged up. I posted it and I even sent you and the respecter the copy of the Instagram, because when as
Yeah.
it came on my page, so I posted it. um
But what I'm saying is, as wasn't he here from last week? Because last week I saw a thing on YouTube where he was standing over his son, and they said Buju visiting his son.
okay, I don't know. I did not see it,
I'm gonna see
and
if I
you,
can pull it up and
yeah,
send it to
and you
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 guys.
didn't share it
Yeah,
with us. So no,
yeah.
I'm
Uh,
not sure, but I understand where a lot of persons concerned is. So it's coming in the ear. The feds don't play. So is Buju now an informer,
mm,
or do Buju need to um watch himself and don't get trapped into whatever trap is being set for him. I'm
mm,
hoping that after sitting there for X amount of years, that he won't be that silly again, um, to be caught in such a web. So that's all we can do is just pray. And I don't. I'm hoping that he's not putting himself using himself as a bait. Um, for the feds, by the feds, rather, but let's look at it, just say that the man did the proper paperwork based off of the laws, and he's back in America, and he's coming to do what he need to do. May they grant him the paperwork to see his son, or may they
mm.
grant him the paperwork to be able to come and perform, or whatever it is, you know I would just wish him all the best in whatever he's doing, and hoping that he keeps his head on his shoulder, and that he surround himself with conscious people this time around, and don't get caught up in the boogering. LGBT needs to relax and stop trying to change our family structure of male and female. On that note, I think maybe we can scoot over to something here that Don Minot had brought up, and it was a questions. The post reads, question linger over handling of schoolgirl kissing clip. Well, I guess in the week of the 28th, featured overrail development as Newsweek. What is this? Two girls were alleged to be removed from St. James High School over a GIF video of the two sharing a brief kiss, which was posted on one of the girls' WhatsApp status. Despite the video being reportedly only 2 seconds long, the girls' parents were reportedly told in January of this year by the school's principal, Joseph Williams, that they were being booted from the institution over the act, as such incident would not be tolerated at the school. Well, the St. James High School board is insisting that the girls were not expelled from the school, and has asked Williams to provide a report of why the girls are no longer at the institution. Williams, according to the board chairman, Christopher McCurdy, has not submitted that report to date. But in the latest twist in the saga that has grabbed national attention, Williams, in a brief interview with a local media house on Friday, denied having expelled the students. Williams did not elaborate this, despite the girls' parents being adamant that he told them that their children no longer has a place at St. James High School because of the incident. One of the girls, a 16-year-old, is now enrolled in a private institution, while the other girl, who is reportedly a 15-year-old, remains out of school. The Personnel Committee of the Board of St. James High School has been mandated to undertake an investigation into the circumstance under which the two schoolgirls were purportedly expelled from the institution in January. The mandate was given after the board met last Thursday to discuss the matter. The report is to be submitted. I guess it was supposed to be submitted today, May the 2nd. Um, the Ministry of Education and Youth is also conducting its own probe in the incident. McCurdy said the board has not approved any expulsion of students since he took over the helm. So they're crying that the principal has sent home children without a due process and not being brought in front of the board. So,
Can we get Don, present this to us? Let's hear what you have to say.
Don, you can call in 706-955-2001. And Queen and the Respecter, I'll send it over to you all momentarily. Well, the cry out is that it is not it is
Appropriate.
unacceptable. It is unacceptable that two girls are being expelled from school for kissing. I would say that comes back down to policies and procedures. What is the policy and procedure of the school? If sometimes they have policies and procedures that says no fracking, no no type of sexual um okay, we have Don on the line. Greetings, Don. How you doing, my brother? How you doing, King? Greetings. Don?
Good night, Lady D.
Good night. Good night. Good night. I
Good night
do
to everyone.
apologize that I overlooked the email that was sent. I didn't get to share it with the rest of the panel, so I just read a lot of most of the statement that was made from the post. The respecter request for you to elaborate a little bit.
Yeah, I just want to throw it out there. This, I think the principal jumped the gun and sent home these two girls without due process. That's where the problem. That is where I have a problem with it. And they are minors. You're gonna throw them out of school because you caught them kissing. Huh? So what about your education? Are they not entitled to an education? You know, this principal, I don't understand why he took it upon himself to send them home. Without going through the school board, without the parents coming to the school. He just called the parents and told them they're not allowed to come back.
That is why so much bitterness is there between young people against old people, older people of authorities. Younger people feels, and we all been through it with our parents, the anger, the quick anger in how we address situations. I mean, they could have called the parent or the parents and have a meeting and get
Yeah,
some counselors to counsel these two young girls so that they don't think the way they
yeah,
think and do that again. So he messed up big time.
Yeah, he did mess up
yeah,
because he didn't follow due process as Don stated. He, there's that's why there's policies and procedures for everything. And one of the parents says in response to that remark, a woman says, "I'm not supporting lesbian in no high school. I stand with the principal." Another one says a woman opinion that why wasn't it recommended that the guidance counselors offer support to the two girls. It is inappropriate, in my view, to expel students over such a silly things because teenagers do explore. Another one says, added a male Facebook user, them slowly a push the agenda in school, no, we know, but hold your position, Mr. Principal. And another says, in the meantime, a woman said the education and youth ministry needs to play a more active role in sanctioning principals who breach the regulation. The Ministry of Education also needs to quickly implement broad based operating policies and procedures across the educational system and stop preventing individual schools from doing so, she added. Commented a man, I honestly understood the principal's stance in this matter, and I believe his decision to expel the girls is justified, but follow the guidelines outlined and go through the school board first. So those are some of the comments that were being made in regards to this. And that's what it all comes down to in my book, is that there is policies and procedures, and if there was a breach in the policies and procedures, then it ought to be dealt according to how the policies and procedures spells it out to be dealt with. And that is where the principal, yes, he did overstep.
But to be honest with what some people are thinking right now, there's nothing silly about this, regardless of what's going on.
Yeah,
Two girls kissing, two boys kissing, that's not silliness. So those people who think it's okay, oh, it's just cute, and it's not silly. It shouldn't happen.
yeah,
My let me tell you. Oh, my view on it.
yes,
They should bring them to the school board, bring their parents in, and I would say that at the very least it warranted some suspension. But I am not for kicking them out of school at 14 and 15 years old.
no, no. No, because
I
what
am
are
not
you
for that.
kicking them?
For
What are
kicking
you
them out
kicking
of
them
school.
out to do? What are you kicking them
You
out to do?
see,
Be
the thing is,
reprimanded, yes.
society create monsters, and that's what's going on. Society, with all this social media and all of these tools they put out there, they put them out there to distract these kids. And these kids are learning these things on these social medias and what have you. We had to nip my grandbaby in the bud the other day because it's like she wanna act like she's too grown. You have to have people there to direct and redirect, what they're seeing on the media in order for them to act differently. But every commercial, every show you see on any of these media, that you see some type of lesbianism or some type of gayism going on, reflecting on it. Even the commercials. I
Yeah.
mean, these kids seeing these things, so they're acting out. I mean, they're like I think lady said, experimenting. I mean, it's out there. It's put out there. It's put out there, and we, as parents and grandparents, we have to just teach our children and catch them from their young. Because when they start getting those age group 14, 15, then they're aware of what they're doing. So we got to get them young and let them understand that this is not the norm.
And it's hard to, and yeah, we as parents have to instill what we feel is the norm in our children, because
Mm-hmm.
society is now saying that it is the norm. Because as you stated, Queen, it's on
Mm-hmm.
commercials, it's on news media.
Everything. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's on
Mm-hmm.
every
Every,
facet of life. It's in their face.
yes.
So I
Yes.
mean, like
So they think it's normalcy,
so
So
it
we
is,
have to teach them otherwise.
yeah,
Yeah.
it has become a normal part of life.
Normal. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's up to parents who feels that this is not normal for them, and they don't want their children to indulge in those type of behaviors, to try to instill different, or to
Mm.
sit down and have a heart to heart talk with their children, and let them know this is not it. But then if these are the choices of these children and this is what they want, we parents cannot beat them in their heads out of it. I mean, what is the recourses that a parent can take? Because as it is stated, is in their face. So if we're talking about
Mm-hmm.
it on a broad range, then I mean it's a battle, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a serious battle because it's even in the church.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Yes.
can't say
Yes.
we have to plant them in the church because now it's in the church. So I mean,
And no escaping it.
it's
Hey,
something that
Yeah,
you
there's
have
you
to
have
sit
there.
to
down.
teach them. You have to just teach them from they're young. You start teaching them. This
It's
is this is God meant for man and woman to be together. You know. I mean,
most of these kids act out because of what they see.
yeah.
Either the father is not there in the daughter's or the son's life, and he or she rebel because they see how father treat mother. So now she don't want to have nothing to do with no man. He don't want to have nothing to do with no woman. And it turned into these situation where no matter how much you talk as a mother or father, they're listening. But once they are not around you and they're watching what they're watching on their phone, seeing what they're seeing, the 8 hours or more away from you because of work and school, and then you come home as a single mother, single father, and you don't spend much time with he or she. They spend most of their time on the phone. It's damage. It's
Mm-hmm.
damage.
Yeah. Blossom says is even in the cartoons as well. It's all in their face because they have normalized it.
Mm-hmm.
Society,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the government has normalized it. And sometimes we all need to really sometime take a step back and to think of the normalcy of it. You know, why a lot of our children is going in that direction. Look back in our days. Yeah, they say some people were hiding and in closets and what have you. But look back in our days. I mean, the food, is it something that is being put into the food? Is this the next way for them, for society, for government to cut back on population? you know um since they, instead of, they say the world is the world is overpopulated, is this a way to stunt the population? Sometimes we have to sit back and just think of what the agenda is. What is the agenda? And I was reading something the other day. I think it was Dr. Umar. I was watching, not reading. I saw a brief with him where he was a little upset with the Wade family, with having their son totally transformed into a woman, into a young girl, and he made a statement that if we can say little children is not adults until they're 18 because they cannot make sound decisions, then how are we allowing children to make sound decisions, especially on sexuality? Which for me, that made a lot of sense because they've raised legal drinking age to 25 because the young ones, you know what I'm saying? Everything is kids' brains are not developed enough to make certain decisions, but children age 5 and 6, they're having them making these decisions and living it out to the fullest.
Mhm. These
So,
are the
what
times.
is the agenda? What is the agenda here? What is the agenda?
I told this story before, right? About this man I know that him and his girl broke up, and the one child they had, they have turned gay, and his younger brother, same situation. His girlfriend, his one child, they broke up. The one girl turned gay. Their father left his fiance at the altar. The one girl they have together, she grew up turned gay. And I remember somebody told me that years and years ago that these things happen because of what the child see between the mother and the father. That's one scenario. That's one situation that possible that carries weight. So I guess we'll never know all the stories that leads to that.
I
But
think it's the
like lady,
media. Hey, yep.
like
Wait,
I was
Queen.
like
talking to someone. Excuse
Queen,
me.
let
I'm
him
sorry.
finish his
I'm
statement. Go
sorry.
ahead.
like you said earlier, Lady D, there's a possibility because they only do this in the black community. The black mile, the hookah, all these smoke that they designed, electric cigarette, and
Mm-mm.
flood the black community with it.
But
You
it's not
never
just the black.
know.
It's not just the black. It's all over.
Yeah, it's not
I
just the
went to
black
Miami. There
community.
was more white doing the hookah than anybody else. Miami Beach.
And
I went to Miami. There was more white doing hookah than blacks.
I am putting it this way: they design these things. There's a guarantee that what they put in Decatur is not the same they put in Sandy Springs. Has the same name, but the flavors are different. Look at how the black people, young black kids are acting in certain areas. Compare. Yeah, the white kids are doing whatever the white stuff and killing black people by numbers. But all black people is doing is killing black people, robbing black people. So it's something gotta be something indifferent in what they put in our community. It's just like the white baby don't get the same injection that the black baby gets or the Latin baby gets. They know what they're doing. That's why we are the way we are. Our children, we can't talk to them. We can't make no sense to them. They talk back to us without no fear. It's a reason. What they're smoking,
I would say, what are they eating?
that too. You can't put nothing past it.
Yeah, because you have the younger children that are not smoking. So what is being put into the food that
And the
this
adults are eating
surge
the food.
it's such a surge that has taken place, you know. And back to Don with the situation in Jamaica. I totally agree with you, Don, as to the process, the due process weren't done, and we will need to visit what the policies and procedures were that the St. James High School has in place. Oh, that the St. James High School has in place. We need to find that out. But yeah, it's a due process, but it's something that needs to be addressed. You know, as you said, social worker may need to be have been brought in, parents need to be brought in, and to let understand that is if the policies is that this is unacceptable, then make it known that it's unacceptable, you know. And once again, as far as expelling, I don't agree either with expelling, because at this point we need as many educated children as we can get. So to take them out of the school system and not have an alternative for them to get their education, it's senseless, it's pointless for me, because this child, one child is able to go to another private school and another to go to a private school, and this other child is left sitting at home. So while this child is sitting at home, I'm quite sure that child is not being homeschooled. So therefore, that child is losing education. She's not getting the education that she needs. Blossom says, but if it was a boy and girl, would they have been expelled? Correct. Maybe
They would.
go ahead.
They probably, they probably would.
Say that again, the respecter.
If the policy is no kind of sexual behavior, they would.
Correct. If there's no type of sexual behavior, and that is the policies and procedures, then yes. But I don't feel that any of them should be expelled. They should be reprimanded, and they should be given, I guess, proper counseling, and or given an alternative program or something to cover more than these children sitting at home not being educated.
But look, do you really think they care, lady? Look, during COVID, how many of them they had gotten the money for the computers, but yet still it's just a few children that gotten that computer. I mean, they don't care. Look how many kids was out of school during that period of time. They don't care. Come on now. The
Don,
government don't care. The government do not care.
Don, did you want to speak anything else on the subject?
No, we basically just cover up all of it. What you said, they should not have been expelled. Suspension, yes, and tell the parents, listen, if this happens again, it's bye bye out of the school.
Warning,
Find another
yeah.
school, find another school to send them, but it won't be this school if it happens again.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
yeah, the due process was not given. The due process was not given, and it should have been given in order to have dealt with it properly. So yeah, if that's the policy and the procedure, that no sexual encounter between any student while on the school premises, if that is what the policy and procedure states, then that's what should be implemented and given the process of doing that. So, yeah, we thank you for bringing that one up to us, Donby, and I apologize once again for not seeing it. And I'm seeing three other topics. Don was the fourth one in the email. We'll address those next week, and I will forward them over to you, Queen and the Respecter, to take a look at. If you have a topic that you would like to be discussed, please send it over to be reasoned on. Please send it over to DA Powerhouse Radio at gmail.com and put on the headlines Reasoning Thursdays on the subject line. So that way it will pop up there showing me Reasoning Thursdays, and I know that to pay serious attention to that topic. And I honestly didn't even see your name, Don. I would have definitely pulled it up. Um, yeah. So another topic that was sent, a reasoning topic that was sent in. Did Queen the Respecter, you had anything more to touch on that reasoning?
No, that's good. That's good.
Was good?
No, that's
Okay.
fine. Yeah, you all covered it
Um,
basically.
there was
Yeah.
a clip that was sent over, and I sent it to you all, and I'm gonna play a little bit of it, and you all let me know your thoughts on it. Here we goes. They don't clean. They don't do nothing. They just want. Hold on. Let me get it up. All right, here we go. They don't clean. They don't do nothing. They just want to put their lashes on, get them lace fronts, look fly, do all of that stuff, but they know nothing about keeping a home. They know nothing about rearing children outside of dressing them up cute and putting them on Instagram dancing. Like, what do you know about being a mother? And it goes back to these independent women from the 80s and the 90s that did not teach their daughters how to be wives. We are the only culture that does not teach our daughters to be wives. We teach our daughters to be independent women. We teach them how to be boss chicks. We teach them how to be everything else but a wife and a mother.
They don't clean. They don't do nothing.
All righty. Well, that is the came coming from Permet out of Florida. Sent that clip in, and let's address it. Do is did everyone hear that? Is there any truth to that topic, to that reasoning that the young lady brought up, that there's no, that the women are not being taught how to be mothers nor how to be wives, and she's gearing it at the ladies of the 80s and the 90s era, and all
Uh-huh.
these children, all these young ladies know how to do is to wear eyelashes and lace fronts and to look fly, and the putting their baby on Instagrams and all of that stuff. And mine, I say, I've seen several clips with young ladies having eyelash on their children, these little babies,
Mm-hmm.
and having
Mm-hmm.
wigs installed on these baby heads. I feel that the hairdresser is needs to go to jail. All of them need to go to jail for child cruelty when I see those things. But do you all feel, listeners, do you all feel there's any truth to that? That our young ladies now are not prepared to be mothers or to be wives? And then I'm gonna read one and two of the
Some of them
comments.
are. Some of them are. Some of them are not. And like I said earlier, when we was talking on that topic earlier, what I was saying, this young man and I was touching on in the lift coming home, and those are some of the things we were talking about. Where I told you where he said his mother did not teach him anything. Really and truly, that's what he said. He said his father didn't either. He said his grandmother was the one that did. He said that most of these young women now, they had parents that was not even there. And some of it stemmed from them being single mothers and having to work. Those are some of the things we talked about. Um, when they are finished working, they come home, they're so tired, they grab a Happy Meal and they go home. Some of them don't even take time out to give the child a bath before the child goes to bed. They're so tired, they turn the TV off, and some of the time they're knocked out before the child is knocked out. I mean, this is just the norm, and that's what's going on with them not learning the things that they should learn. I used to be in the kitchen when my mother was cooking. She used to say, "Come, gal, come learn how to cook." Even my brothers, they knew how to cook. They knew how to do wash. My brother braided my hair one time. I mean, they learned these things because those women then, they taught these things to their children because they felt it was necessary. Mama would say, "No woman not gonna wash dirty water in your face." You know what I mean? Or no man not gonna abuse you. I mean, these are the things she taught us. But these women, they call them the new generation women. They want to give the kids that they feel they didn't get. So they go out of their way to spoil them and to give them these things and not teaching them consequences and teaching them how to do household
Are
chore, how
so,
to take care of home,
so are
self
we
skills.
saying, it's just the, on the girl side, on the women's
No,
side,
no, 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 no.
could be
Oh, it's
okay?
both men and women,
Because
I
yeah, one
think.
of the comments
Men
here
and
was saying we're also the only culture that doesn't teach our sons to be husbands. And one of the guys that came on, it says, "You are a bald-headed liar, lol. Men are only taught how to be husbands. Is when we start dating y'all and realize y'all really broke thought pockets deep that sleep with anybody for the right price. No cooking, no cleaning, no compassion, no love, no teamwork skills, no goal. That includes that include a man, is after we witness the true nature of woman, is when we treat y'all." Okay, I missed that call. Is when we treat y'all how you all act, thoughts and swats. I'm missing calls here, so call back. So the respect, I heard you said no.
Well, for me, I'm not going to blame women. mothers, put it that way, mothers, because I learned from an early time in life that when a woman give a man an opportunity, a chance, because he says, baby, 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 and then became boyfriend and girlfriend, maybe wife and husband, and a child is born. 9 times out of 10, the woman alone. The man play these games because he's not satisfied with one, and the woman too. But for the women who are innocent, and age ain't got nothing to do with it. You got a lot of young women who are matured and not trying to play no games with nobody, and they're all about their children, their child. So it's very hard for us to say what people are saying that they're not being taught by mother. Mother can teach you, Lady D, all she wants. When you're not around mommy, everything mommy taught you, the right man come in your face, you forget what mommy said. Tall, dark, and handsome, nice car, and saying the right words to you, everything you want to hear. Next thing you know, baby, it ain't mine, and you don't see him no more. So we can't blame mother of any age. It's just what it is. Some get it right, some don't. Some are happy, some are not.
Okay.
It's life.
Don Minot says, I do not agree that we should teach our daughters to be submissive to a man. She should be taught that she's an equal to her and her husband. And then the real SWAT boss says, all men are taught to be husband. Really?
No,
I don't think all men.
no, no.
The real SWAT boss, you need to call in 706-955-2001. I want you to, I need you to elaborate on that one. 706-955-2001. He says, Don, what is wrong with being submissive? He's asking Don a question as to what is wrong with being submissive. Um, should
Lady,
maybe
lady, lady,
okay.
Let
lady,
John
I'll give
answer that
I'll give
question
one of
first.
you all the chance to answer that.
lady.
Yes, go ahead,
Listen,
Respecter. Yeah,
listen. A
yeah.
man, a man, no matter how they say it or say they do what they will never be submissive to a woman. Same with a woman. They say these things, but it's all just words. Because if it wasn't just words, so many divorces wouldn't be going on every second of every day. It's just games that men play with women and women play with men. So the submissive thing doesn't matter. It doesn't count. Nobody does that. And I would advise young people from my heart, if you can understand this, don't get married because marriage is not what they say it is. Anything that God ordained and designed and all that, it would work. And I know y'all gonna say it work with some. Yeah, it work with some, but I wouldn't get
I'm
married
not.
again.
I'm not submissive to. Go ahead, the Respecter. I'm sorry. Go ahead, and then I'll.
I wouldn't get married again,
You
no
what?
matter what. I wouldn't get married again, and I wouldn't advise none of my sons to get
If
married.
the right one comes
And
along,
that's
I
not. And
would.
that's not even. And that's not even a good statement. Well, okay. I can't even say that's not a good
It's
statement because
mine.
that is your statement, right?
Yes, it's
That
mine.
is your feelings. And so on. But I would not. I agree with Don as far as not being submissive to a man.
No, 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 no. But what it honest?
Says
Sorry,
discipline order.
sorry to cut you.
Go
Sorry to
ahead.
cut you
Yeah,
quickly.
go ahead.
I'm not agreeing with him on that part because simply the submissive mainly means a woman doing her duty as a wife and a man doing his duty as a husband. And the way it's been laid out, the woman's supposed to take care inside and the man take care of the garbage and outside. So they're both working together where those things are concerned. That is considered submissive. being there for each other, having each other's back. That's basically all it is. It's not when the man talks, she jump, or when she talks and look, he jump. That's not what that submissive means. Or when I say sex, 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 no, no, no. That's not submissive. So I think some of us get submissive out of
And that,
order.
and that is why I was asking the real swap boss when he was saying what's wrong with being submissive. Um And Don did answer. Well, let me read back some of these comments so you all know where we're at. Don Minot says, I do not agree that we should teach our daughters to be submissive to a man. She should be taught she's an equal to her and her husband. The real swap boss says, all men's are taught to be husbands. And then he also said, Don, what is wrong with being submissive? Um, DJ Smile says discipline, order, and structure. And then Don says, I no longer subscribe to this patriarchal system. And so he answered your question, the real SWAT boss. He no longer subscribes to this patriarchal system. And DJ Smile said, thanks, the respecter. I'ma believe you. All right. Now, so the question was answered. He doesn't subscribe to that anymore. So I don't think men is above women, a woman, or a woman is above a man. So I flow with Donna's to saying is equal, depending on in what way. I'm not all for this I love being a woman. I love having the door open for me. So I'm not into this, oh, I want to be exactly like a man type of thing. No. But I'm not into it either where a man is going to say, just like you said, the respecter, you're not saying when they say jump, jump, sit, and stuff like that. And for me, that is where submissive comes in, is when a man wants you to do everything that they say. No, you can't go out, and you're not going to go out. No, you cannot work, and you're not going to. You know what I'm saying?
But that's not submissive, that's
So
control.
that's okay. The real SWAT boss says, okay, so why is the gay lifestyle an issue? You gone way to the left, though, my brother. Or, you gone way to the left. Then why is the gay lifestyle an issue?
Let Smile answer that one. Answer that one, my brother.
I'm
Blast it, blast it, blast it, Smile.
DJ Smiles. They say, Don, you guys have Theo overstand. All these are connected. No, you have to understand, overstand. All these are connected. No, I don't go with that. I don't. Listen, there is something. We can't go with that one. There, we can't go with that. No, I can't.
No, no, no.
I can't flow with
Change
that.
the
That is
subject.
not. How is that
Change the
connected?
topic.
How is that
Change the topic.
connected? That
Change the
cannot.
topic.
No, no, we have to address it. No, that is not connected
Ah,
in no
Charger.
form of way that cannot be connected. I got. Oh, you know what? I had that 646. I think
Your
that.
charger.
Mama, you were on the phone, Mama.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm
How you
sorry.
doing?
I'm sorry, baby. I got all caught up in these comments and
No
and
problem.
and
I was
didn't.
just
You was listening. Hold on. Don is on the line to
okay.
address the SWAT
Yes.
the oh the respecter says, you hear me, the respecter. DJ Smile says a real rich man wants a housewife, not a working woman. Okay,
Pam pam.
a real rich man, but all right. But it takes a rich man, to and it go ahead, Don. Go ahead before me go put Miss Steve in
Yeah,
a whole
yeah.
heap of trouble. Yeah.
I just want to say this to the panel and the listeners.
Yeah.
You know what the problem is? This patriarchal system where we grew up and was taught that the man is the head of the house. That's garbage. If you go back to you see, we as black people, we need to study our African history and heritage. If you go back to the African history, in African culture, women are very, very important. they play a very important role in African culture. It's only in the West we try to diminish the woman and treat her as a second class citizen. I'll give you an example. Religion, we have discussed it in the past already. Already. Religion, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Who's the Holy Ghost? They diminish the woman, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And we know that the power of the Trinity is the man, woman, and child. Anybody with sense knows that. So you see, this westernization where they diminish the role of the woman is why a lot of us men want to put women as second class beneath us. I do not subscribe to that anymore. I have 3 daughters.
My brother.
And the real SWAT boss.
I've studied the history of Africa, see how Africans way back of the role that African women play.
Yeah. The SWAT boss says, but the man is the head in capital.
Oh,
yes.
Which man have baby? Which man have baby?
Brother Dan.
Baby.
Brother Dan.
Let's go check your African following.
Brother Dan.
Yeah.
What happened to you tonight, brother?
Conrad, wait. Well, let me read another. Let me read another comment. DJ Smile said, "Gays people spend more money in the economy. They buy man stuff, girl stuff, and accessory." I don't know where you're coming from with that, DJ Smile, but go ahead, Dan.
Brother Dan. I remember a while back
on my web. Let me just make one statement before you answer me. If you should go on my Facebook page. At the front, the very first thing you see on my Facebook page, it says, "I am not a conformist. I do not conform to this everyday where everybody follow in line and I follow the trend. I do not follow trends and norms anymore. It don't work. It's garbage."
I remember, brother, we had a discussion a while back last year.
Equal, man. We have to see women as equal.
Yes,
not beneath us. Equal.
Mm-hmm.
Because she can't have a baby without you. She cannot have a baby without you, and you can't have a child without her.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Brother, I don't think any man plan is to treat a woman like she's garbage. I'm just gonna give you a remembrance.
Some do. What are you saying? Some do.
I'm gonna give you a remembrance about head of the household. You cannot say Jesus Christ come 2,000 years ago and Christianity this and that and God and that, and then exclude that. If a God say it in the book, I saw you go. The man at the head of the family.
God said in the book, said the man at the head.
That's with you, know.
If it's in the book, if it's in the book, brother, the Bible say God made man. And then he put man to sleep and take one of the man rape and make woman. So the man help me. The man comfort. The man
don't quote King James Bible to me. Okay? Please don't do that.
But wait a minute.
Last year you was on the same page with that.
But didn't we cover, listen, we did like almost 3 months on the Bible. Didn't we understand that the Bible is man written, all right? And there's a lot of questions in regards to the Bible when we had our discussion in regards to
yes.
Even with this Adam and Eve theory that is in the Bible, we had a lot of questions.
A normal man and try overlook a woman.
A man.
Okay, no, woman.
We take that from.
Dan.
Oh my God, we only have 2 minutes. DJ, wait a minute, Darespecta. DJ Smith says, if you put money in a vending machine and the product comes out, who does the product belongs to? Noah comes on and say, greeting, beloved family. Just tune in, beloved. Interesting indeed. Yes, it is. Conrad says, men are 90% of every workforce. How could we be equal? What do you mean 90%? Come on.
No. Let's be realistic, man. Let's be realistic.
We have 2 minutes to go. Go ahead. We're
good-
gonna go over.
Patriarchal, that's the patriarchal domination system that right there.
Dan, garbage, Dan. I just ball, Dan.
Domination system right there.
Dan, you have to let go that. You
Oh,
have to
Lego
let go that.
what? Lego what?
A good family. A good family. If the woman is being a woman like she's supposed to be, and the man is respectful to she, and I do everything he's supposed to do, and the woman I treat him like I make him feel like a man, like he needs to feel like, and look forward, can't wait to come home to his wife.
So
Because
what
of how
to
she
the man?
treat him.
So wait a
And
minute.
treat her about the same
The
way.
respecter. The
That's how it's
respecter.
supposed to be. But
The
when you say
respecter.
the
Warm to
control,
the man. Warm to the
Huh?
man. Warm to the man. Why the man don't make the
Man,
woman
it's
feel
that
like
man.
the woman? What?
yes,
What?
he do. The man, most man do.
We
Most
where?
man do.
Where?
Lady D, not
Lady D.
because.
If
Lady
you,
D.
if you want to go by the
The
tradition,
man, me not
how
care
the
what I
man
say.
didn't want
The
the
man at the
woman
head of
didn't
the family.
want.
The
It-
man at the head of the family.
If the man at the head
The
of the
man at
family,
the
then
head
the
of the
man,
family.
then the man to step up and do what he's supposed to do.
Patriarchal,
Who said the man not do it? Who
If
said
you
the man
want
not do
to
it?
patriarchal system that
Smiles.
Who said the man not do it?
If you want to go for 90% of the man them not taking care of them own.
I'm
That's
not
why
true
you
that,
have
man.
single. That's why you have single
I'm not
family
true that.
homes.
We're not
Single
talking about
women.
the single.
That's why you
We're
have
not talking about
women.
the single.
That's why you have single women home.
No, we're not talking about the single. We're
That's
talking
why.
about husband and wife, man and woman.
But we are talking about woman in general, and we are talking about man in general.
No, but you can't compare every woman in general.
Of course you can. Of
But
course,
that's
it's just like me. It's just
become
like
No,
parents.
what you
no.
saying?
Because
What
the
you
men can
saying?
do what they have to
You
do, so
can't
the woman
separate
has
Like a
to
woman
stay
or a
at
dog.
home and do for their children. So that's
You
how
have a lot.
so many single women, because they were married
All right.
and the men didn't do what they were supposed to do.
That's
So the women
hey.
took it on
Rrr.
themselves to do
Tell
what
it,
they have to
Queen.
do.
Tell it, Queen.
It goes both ways, Queen. It goes both ways. You have a lot of dirty woman out there.
All
Can I
right.
say
You have
something?
a lot of
Wait.
undecent woman out there.
The respecter. Wait.
Listen,
Let Dan say something. I'm gonna read these. Then I'm gonna read these comments, and then we go back to you, the respecter. Go ahead, Dan.
The respecter
And
made
Donna
a
didn't
statement
get to say
earlier.
anything.
He made a statement earlier, and I'm going to address it. You have women, a girlfriend, wives, mothers, whatever, who they have done everything that is expected of them for their boyfriend or their baby father or their husband. They don't cheat. They keep the house clean. They take care of the kids. They provide love and sex whenever the man needs it. And yet he disrespects her by going out and do whatever he wants to do and come back in, and she have to live with it. I've seen it. Because why? Because I'm the man. I'm the man. I'm supposed to be able to do, but you can't do that though. Don't you dare do that.
Dan.
And then they want a statement about a woman can do what a man can do and still be a lady.
Dan.
That's garbage.
Garbage.
What are you talking about? Okay, comment.
Dan.
Comments. Wait, there's a comment.
Listen.
Comment. Wait. Comments. The real SWAT boss says the problem is you pick and choose what to follow or believe. If taken from the Bible, the man is the head of the house. If you using African studies, the man is the head of the
You don't know African history, man.
hierarchy. Then Conrad says Dan worried about his daughters. Then Conrad says every man in the Bible have 5 or more wives. Then he said goes to jail more when raised by a woman. I disagree with that.
There was a topic on
I couldn't put my time in another.
Listen, we're over our time.
Yeah, well, no, there was a guy, there was a topic earlier this week about the same thing with the Rastaman and myself. And they were talking, with the brother said, man have how many wives? And they said, all right, the Rastaman, them who say, Haile Selassie is their God and their king. Look at his example. How many wives he has? One. One. And that is the man they say they worship.
Tell them
that is the man who is their God and their king.
Yes.
How many wives he has? One.
Oh, yeah, just one.
Hypocrisy. Hypocrisy.
and
But I mean, now we're finding out that a lot of things that they were saying in the Bible is not true. When when them reveal, open up that chest, a lot of things was revealed.
listen,
Where you get the chest from, Queen?
So that
it
we
is
can't just
10:00.
completely go by the
It
Bible
is
because there's
10:04.
something that was distorted in there.
It is 10:04. We're gonna have to pick up the rest of this topic next week. We're gonna have to pick
Yeah.
up the rest of this topic
Right.
next week because it is
Hey,
Continue
10:04.
next week.
We have to continue it next week. We have to continue it next week. Conrad says he had many wives but married one. We're gonna continue this conversation next week. We're gonna continue because this Permet out of Miami, Florida. We thank you for the topic that you have sent over to us in regards to women being raised as wives and mothers. And we will continue this topic. And I don't see your comment in permit. So you send in the topic. So let's hear what you have to say. If you wanna hear a topic reasoned on right here on Reasoning Thursdays, just send it over to dapowerhouseradio@gmail.com. And on the subject line, put Reasoning Thursdays. Once again, our motto is we agree to disagree. There is no topic. Understand what I'm saying? There's no topic on the face of this earth that we won't discuss right here on Reasoning Thursdays. We just have to understand that we're all big people and we agree to disagree. All right. We want to thank each and we are over our time. We're going to have to continue. I want to invite each and everyone to listen to the fantabulous programmings right here on the Powerhouse. Check out Reasoning. Check out Let's Gripe each and every Wednesdays from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. If you have a gripe, that's where you need to be, flowing with Tonya, McKenna, and Marcus each and every Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Hot topics over there. You don't want to miss it. And as you're doing right now, vibing with us for Reasoning Thursdays, if you are missing Reasoning Thursdays each and every Thursdays, you're not just missing a little bit, you're missing a lot. So make sure that you tune in each and every Thursday. Share the links. Tell a family member. Tell them to join us over here on Wednesdays and Thursdays for our talk sessions. Thursdays with yours truly, Lady D, Queen, Darespecta, Don Minot, Donna, you, the listeners, each and every Thursdays from 8 p.m. up until the 10 o'clock hour. And if you haven't known already, you make sure that you join me each and every Saturdays for the Lady D show from 12 p.m. up until the 4 o'clock hour with all your news, your views, your interviews, your entertainment headliners, your Caribbean headliners, your joke of the day. Did you know about it? What you know about it? All of those things right here on the Lady D show, your new artist music, and all the interviews from 12 p.m. up until 4 o'clock. So spread the word. All righty. Queen, you want to say arrivederci to your listeners?
Arrivederci. This was real interesting. I enjoyed it. It sort of fired me up. And I just want to say again, remember, go over to the YouTube channel, press the like button, tell a friend, tell everybody who you know about Reasoning Thursday. We're here every Thursday from 8 till 10. So tune in. Love you guys. See you next week. Now remember, keep your ears open.
DJ Smiles, I'm gonna deal with you with that about kids go to jail when raised by a woman. Me and you are gonna talk about that next week.
Ah,
Go ahead. The respecter. I had to get that one out. I had to get that off of my chest. Go
l-
ahead, the respecter.
yeah, large up the Lady D family. Large up Sir Charger, DJ VJ, MJ, DJ Ray J, Smiles. Seeing Dan Minor, Donna, all the listeners, continue to follow us. Continue to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Big way up, large way up. Until
Don-
next week.
Donna, I apologize. It got out of hand. It got out of order over here. So yes. So just blessings to you and thanks for calling in. And next week we'll pick up to what you had to say. Don Minot,
Yeah.
blessings. You
Yeah,
all.
we just say, I just want to say one hand can't clap enough. So we say balance.
All right.
Man and woman, balance.
Balance we are talking about. Balance we are talking about. Man, I just want to say
Exactly.
because go ahead, Donna.
No, I was saying exactly. It's a balance,
It's
you
a
know?
balance. It's a balance.
Yeah.
Big ups
Yeah.
to each and everyone that participated in our Reasoning Thursday. Let's scribe Tonya, big up yourself. She says like and share, like and share, like and share. DJ Smiles want to say big ups to you. Thanks for tuning in. The Real SWAT Boss, thanks for tuning in and thanks for interacting with us. We most definitely appreciate it. Bless up Aja Noah. And man, I'm telling you, Donna Blossom, big up yourself. Thank you so much for commenting. DJ Charger, big up yourself. For each and every one that commented, we just want to thank you all. That's how we keep the flow. We need you all to interact with us and continue to comment each and every week with us. Next week, we're going to continue this topic right here, this reasoning topic right here. All righty. Loving it to the maximum. Don't forget, check me out Saturday, the Lady D Show, 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. You all are the best, bestest of bestest of bestest. And you know what? I'm so charged. I didn't even get a song out. You know what I mean? I didn't even get a song out. You know what? The respect. I'm looking for lonely here. I'm looking for lonely. The respect.
It's on top of the list.
I'm looking for lonely. Don, I'm being flagged when I'm putting on your stuff, sir. I'm being flagged. I'm being flagged. Oh my goodness. But love you all to the maximum. Well,
Last thing, Boja Banton, keep your eyes open. Keep your ears open and your eyes open and watch.
With Bush
Well, you know,
Banton.
he has to keep his eyes open for the terrorist military force, because you know that they'll just air him and then you hear them put out something that, oh, Bush Banton died in a car accident or something.
We're going to rebuke that. We're going to rebuke that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
We rebuke it up. We rebuke it up. Blesses that we're gonna leave out with bless them. We're gonna leave that out with the respect to bless them. All right, the respect. I don't see lonely.
Manners.
I'm gonna touch bless them for you. Okay. All righty. Thanks to each and every one, loving it to the maximum, and thank you all for tuning in right here for Reasons Thursday. Check you all on out Saturday. All right.
Bless them, single mother, and I you them, I say. Bless them, single mother, and I you them. To our mother, who's a mother and a father, Mr. Logos. We giving a love and honor to our mother, who's a mother and a father, Mr. Logos. We giving a love and honor is like the man plant the seed. The woman she a breed. The woman I don't say one turn round and a feed. The man plant the seed, now the woman she a breed. The woman I don't say one turn round and a feed. Me baristic to our baby mother, who a mind them baby without the father. Me baristic to our baby mother. Bless them, single mothers.
You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the purpose.
Bless them, single mothers. And I you them. Too much pressure, they pan mama. Too much pressure, they pan the single mother. Too much pressure, they pan the mothers. Yes, and them alone and take care. And you them, where is the father? You them want know. You them want know. Mama, where is daddy? Too much pressure. Mama, she under. Too much pressure. Mama, she under. Have mercy. Bless them. Single mother. And I you them. I say. Bless them. Single mother. And I you them.
Massive.
Operation Eradication.
Operation
Operation Eradication.
The powerhouse.
Special request. I'm a popular demand. Me tell you about the soldier. I know me come tell you about the eradication.